Hey guys, welcome back to Bag Only, the UIM with no additional storage and all that stuff. Today we're just going to be carrying on Intrana. We just finished Devious Mines at the end of last episode, so this episode we're going to be doing Enlightened Journey first. We also need to unlock all the balloon routes afterwards because you do need them for a bunch of diaries, and also you need at least the Grand Tree one done so you can actually do Monkey Madness 2. So that's really our primary goal, and then we've got a couple of other things we need to do while we have no combat items on us. So let's just get straight into it. So it was off to Intrana to complete Enlightened Journey, where you help a monk called Auguste to create a balloon system around the game that you can then, after the quest, use with a small payment of some logs to fly about to a bunch of different teleport spots. So it is kind of useful. To help this guy, we need to come back with a bunch of items to help him create his balloon. You have to make a bunch of trips, whatever the account type, because it's more than 28 items you need to turn in. These range from willow branches that you have to cut from trees that you've grown yourself. He does actually provide you with a willow sapling and a basket of apples as payment, but we do already have some willows in the ground. I sort of prepared for this already, so they're already fully grown. We can just go clip those. We also ruin our account here by filling a sack with potatoes to hand into him because he needs one of those as weight for his balloon. He also needs a bunch of sacks of sand, so we had to just detour real quick north of Portsarim just to the farming shop at Falador Farm, buy an extra sack because we didn't quite have enough, and then just fill those at the Intrana sandpit and hand them in. And what we need to do here is use the willow branches to create the balloon itself. So now we need to leave again, go grab that steel axe from Bob's Axes. We'll cut ourselves 10 logs and we'll return to Auguste. These 10 logs and this tinderbox are the final delivery that he'll need, and then it'll technically be Enlightened Journey complete. But obviously we'll have to come back like 5 times or 4 times I think it is to do each of the other balloon journeys. We're going to be out of charges on our Lumbridge ring as well, so we're going to have to come back here the slow way each time. We're also going to have to rebuy our axe each time because we can't bring it with us. Take logs from my inventory first. We don't want to use the log storage that's next to all these balloon stations because obviously we're not allowed to use storage on this account. But yeah, basically we play this rubbish balloon minigame. You really have to take your time because if we mess it up then we have to waste another Lumbridge ring charge, which means we'll have none left for the rest of the day. We'll have to go chop some more logs, which means we'll have to go buy a new axe first. There we go, that's the first balloon journey unlocked, the one that you have to do for the quest. And now we're in Tavaly near this tree spot. There's now this log storage barrel. Just want to make sure that this is turned off. Yeah, so what we're going to have to do now is just talk to Auguste and we finish the quest. That's really, really good. That's Enlightened Journey complete. Get ourselves a bomber jacket and a bomber cap. Hopefully we can wear those on Intrana because I want to wear them for a bit. So what I'm going to do now is go grab 10 oak logs and come back, and then grab 10 willow logs and come back, then 10 yew logs, then come back, then 3 magic logs, then come back. So with our 600 coins to our name, I'm going to grab a steel axe, then I'm going to chop 10 oaks and 10 willows, then we'll head back to Intrana. We'll play the stupid balloon minigame and unlock the crafting guild route. And we'll unlock the Varrock Lumberyard route. Leave again, get 10 yew logs, with 3 magic logs as well. Unlock the Castle Wars route and the Grand Tree route. Right gamers, back on Intrana. Sadly we have run out of ring charges to teleport to Falador Farm, so we're going to have to use like Rat Pits, minigame telly or sail here or something. The problem with this is there's no guide, so we're going to have to just do it via the wiki. There we go, that's the Crafting Guild route unlocked. There's no way to go to one of the new stations without going to Intrana first, so I have brought 1 regular log so we can fly back to Intrana using that. See, I thought ahead. Okay, and there's the Earth Altar one done, which is really good, because obviously we can actually teleport up here. But what you can actually do if you want to get to Intrana now, which is going to actually be useful for this grind right here, is I can use this Ring of the Elements to teleport here. I can run inside and just grab a log, and then we can use that as payment to just get to Intrana. So that's actually really genuinely quite nice. Right, there we go guys, we've just flown back from the Earth Altar and we've completed the Varrock Medium Diary, which means we've also completed the Varrock Hard Diary, so that's really cool. I just need to go to both Castle Wars and the Grand Tree, so it doesn't really matter which one we pick first. There we go, we crashed. This is what it looks like. It's like a temple trek or something. You just crash somewhere stupid. We just leave, I guess? Let's see where it puts us. We flew from Intrana to Castle Wars, so in theory we should be somewhere in between those two, right? Kandarin. Weird. We need to go get 10 yew logs back. God damn it. There we go, that's the final balloon transport thing, I think. So what I'm going to do now is just really quickly pick up Monkey Madness 2 while we're over here in the Grand Tree. As you can see, we're completely scuffed on stuff. We have nothing. Like, I even low-alked some of our arrows earlier just for coins to get our steel axe back. It's poverty mode right now. but it's all part of the plan, don't you worry. So we can start Monkey Madness 2, which is insane to think. We can actually finally begin a Grandmaster quest on this account. What we're going to do for this one is we're just going to do the very first part. We need to just do some messing around the Grand Tree, a bit of sleuthing, find out what Gloff's up to, where he's gone, and then we need to talk to this guy, Assistant Laurie. And then there's a part where we have to fly over to Intrana to speak to the guy on Intrana at the balloon place, and then that's the last time you have to go to Intrana during this quest. And I believe it's the last time we have to go to Intrana full stop. Definitely going to double check in a minute, but we're not going to come and do Monkey Madness 2 in its entirety for a little while. Monkey Madness 2 is genuinely going to be difficult. The last time I did Monkey Madness 2 was probably like 2019 or something. It was so long ago. Maybe it's a lot easier now. I hope it is. So we'll do Monkey Madness 2 later, but we'll just do this first bit for now. So just in the meantime, I am here in Varrock. I'm just going to talk to Toby because we completed all our medium tasks by doing the balloon route over to the lumberyard. And then we can also talk to Toby and complete our hard diary straight away. So we get the Varrock Armor 3 straight away and a slightly larger lamp. Now, like I said before, this is the one that acts as a chef's hat, so we can go and get inside the Cook's Guild. I'm going to say goodbye to our bomber jacket right now. Can reclaim these from Auguste if you want some fashionscape later on. So anytime we need to get in the Cook's Guild now for any of these pies, like to boost our farming or whatever it might be, we can just Varrock Telly, talk to Toby, get a Varrock plate body for free, and then we can just use this to come inside, so we never need a chef's hat again. So that's really good. We can grab ourselves a garden pie as well. I'm just going to grab all the things we need to play Tithe Farm real quick. The reason I grabbed this garden pie is that we are 71 plus farming. As long as we're 74, we can boost we can boost. We can boost +3 with this garden pie, and as long as we're 74, we can plant these tier 3 seeds in the Tithe Farm minigame. We can do this for the hard Kourend diary. You just need to go inside and plant one of these level 74 plants, just like we did before with the medium tier ones. And if we plant this with our boost still up, that's it, that's a hard task, so... Right, anyway, back to what we were actually doing, this quest. We need to grab some bits. Now, one of the bits we need to get is a lemon, which we can get when we're back at the Grand Tree. Another thing is a pestle and mortar, so we're going to have to head up to Tavaly Druid Shop for that one. So I'll grab that, and I'll grab the lemon, and I'll see you back at the Grand Tree there. Right guys, just a quick one. Got ourselves the pestle and mortar. Since we just did the Varrock medium and turned it in, we can now use the Grand Exchange teleport instead of the Varrock telly. But this also extends to your player-owned house, so our Varrock portal here can be right-clicked. And we can go straight to the GE from here, get to the decanter guy, but more importantly, actually get to a closer spirit tree than the RD cloak spot. We need to go to the Grand Tree here anyway, so this is really useful, but going forward, as long as we can get to our house, then we can get to a spirit tree in like 10 seconds. So that's really, really good. Really happy with that one. So we should be able to now climb up his tree further and get to his hidden 3rd floor. And then we can read his secret note. So we grab the translation book back here from the king. And we once again have to go back to Anita's house. Speak to Gloff's girlfriend. Gloff should really get someone more loyal. She'll fill in the missing parts of this translated note, so we'll find out his evil plan and what he's up to. And it turns out that he's been smuggled away via balloon. And then we take the balloon to Intrana. And then that's the final Intrana-related thing that we have to do, potentially ever. Talk to August. We literally talked to him once. Ask him about Assistant Lee Smith. And then we can just go back to the king. And that's it, that's the Intrana step of Monkey Madness 2 complete. So we might as well just talk to the king anyway since we're here, since it's not a step that requires any items or any gear. And then with this step done, the next step of Monkey Madness 2 will be return to Apatol. Now of course to do that we're going to have to go get our Gree back, specifically a Monkey Ninja Gree. We're going to have to go and get our Monkey Speak amulet back. So we're going to have to go through all that rigmarole of getting the monkey teeth from those crates and just all sorts of crazy stuff. So we're certainly not doing that today. What I am actually going to do is just go over to Trouble Brewing. Somehow, accidentally, we're on the correct world for Trouble Brewing, like from quick hopping up and down to do stuff like chop a yew tree. So what we can do is just completely empty this in there. Oh, we're going to have to lose our Dreaming Branches. I guess it's not the end of the world. So there's actually a ton of people playing this now because of the collection log update. It's brought life to these old minigames. Used to be super hard, next to impossible to find a game of this, but now there's so many rewards to unlock that the world's always popping off, so it's absolutely great. So yeah, while I'm here, I'm just going to play a full game of Trouble Brewing. I'm just going to sit in Trouble Brewing here for like 20 minutes or whatever it is, so I'm not going to subject you guys to that. The reason we're doing this is for the Mauritania Diary. This is the last thing we need to do for Mauritania Medium, so playing this game will actually give us a medium lamp, which is really cool, and then we're actually super close to being able to do Mauritania Hard. And then finally all we need to do is get 70 prayer, and we'll have the hard Mauritania complete, which means we'll be in a position to do barrows, which is absolutely sick. Can't wait to get some barrows done on this account. There we go, guys. That's 20 minutes of my life I'll never get back. But that's it. Medium Mauritania diary completely complete. So, next thing, I'm going to nip over to Lumbridge, because they're ever so gracious to provide us with a bronze pickaxe for free on top of the gatehouse. I must have picked this up probably like 20 times on this account so far. I'm going to equip the pick so we can get 28 inventory spaces full of essence. Then we're going to head into the Abyss. Once again, we're going to make an inventory of Cosmic Runes for the Lumbridge Hard Diary, and then we're going to make an inventory of Mind Runes for, I believe, the Falador Hard Diary, I think it is. So we're just going to do both of those. Hopefully no one kills us. Alright guys, here we go, into the wilderness with a full invent of essence. Going to do the Mind Runes first, because they're kind of worthless. Coming out of here with 56 Cosmics, that's something we can sell for a little bit of starter cash, so that's cool. So there we go, there's the Hard Falador task. And there we go, Hard Lumbridge task. Hey guys, we're once again back at the Pyramid O Fun. So with Trouble Brewing complete, I decided to take advantage of the fact that our inventory was now completely empty, and just really quickly head over to the Agility Pyramid for about half an hour, grab enough money together just to buy a rune pickaxe over at Xeric's Inferno, and then go park ourselves at Motherlode Mine just to get the mining requirement of the quest cape out of the way. We're currently on 60 mining and we need 72 for the My Arm quests. Now this is technically boostable, you could use like a beer or something from 70 or 71, but after the quest you're able to mine basalt in the mines and turn that into player-owned house teleport portals to different herb patches. So while mining all those I didn't want to have to boost every few minutes, because I'm definitely going to make those portals later for easier farming. Now really quickly, just before I forgot about this task entirely and settled into Motherlode Mine for like a week, I just ran back to the Taibo One Eye cleanup minigame until I got the Gout Tuber, and we should be able to get the Jade Machete. And that should be the last thing we need for the medium Karamja diary. Just so this was out the way, because honestly I probably would have forgot this if I just like got into mining and then moved on to other things, so just thought I might as well grab it now. And here's our 5k herblore, as we mentioned. There we go, there's 61 herblore. We don't unlock anything of value, but like I say, in 2 levels we'll have super restores, so that's really cool. Right guys, another quick detour. I've just picked up a kitten, because we're going to need one later down the line, so I'll keep him with me while I'm mining. Just cut a U-log with a bronze axe. It took absolutely forever, but that's just a medium RD task, and that's the final thing actually for RD medium, so we can go claim RD medium now. Then once we've claimed this, I need to figure out a way to Mauritania, because we've finished the Mauritania medium, but I've not been to collect the reward since we did that Trouble Brewing game a little while ago, so I'll go pick those legs up after this. There we go, that's 2 medium diaries knocked out. The RD Cloak 2 is actually good, it has good combat stats now, 4 prayer, which is actually respectable, and 4 stab and 4 magic. We get some noted drops in the Tower of Life, 10% increased chance to pickpocket in RD, which is super important. That includes the guards and the knights of RD, so that's going to be huge. We can also do 3 daily teleports to the farm patch now, as well as unlimited monastery telly, so that's going to be helpful going forward. And then our Mauritania legs too, they act as the Ghost Speak amulet now, so in theory we shouldn't have to go get that back at all. And also we can go to Port Phasmatis every day and turn in 13 bones, and receive the supplies to make 13 offerings to the Ectophuntus directly. Without grinding or gathering stuff. Plus we get 2 7.5k lamps, of course, for our herblore. It's not going to give us a level, but it's going to give us a nice chunk. So there we go. We're looking at only 14k left, so if we can knock out a hard diary somewhere, then we can get 62. Okay guys, that's all the excuses I can find to put off mining any longer. Cleared our inventory out apart from food for our cat and our gold nuggets. Need to get 180 of these for full prospector, and then as soon as we've equipped it and done the diary step, we can sell it back for 144 nuggets. So that's really good. Then it's 100 to unlock the upstairs and 200 to unlock the larger bag. Wait, what? How did I just get a level? Did I have ore in the thing already and then I left? And it's just cleaned it. Okay, yeah, there's also a bonus level 61, guys, so can now equip the Dragon Pick, which, by the way, is just past the pole to be taken out of the wilderness. I think they're going to put it into the Volcanic Mine minigame, so that might actually be something that we look at in future, although chances are it'll be a few weeks or months till the update, and we'll already be 72 by then, so I won't need it. Yeah, so I'm just going to go through this shortcut to this downstairs bit. Hop World still there's one where no one's already there. And yeah, just going to do, I guess, some mining for a while. Try and keep this cat alive in the meantime, so he's ready after we've done with this mining grind. We can do our jewellery box, we can stew to that by using our fully grown cat, we can do up the house real nice, and we'll be in a nice position to rebuild them. We'll have access to a bunch of teleports and stuff like that, so should be a good time. See you there. Gamers, here we are in the Motherlode mine. It's another day, and we're having a great time. The XP now has gone up a bit. At the start, I guess I wasn't being very efficient. I was getting like 23k, but then I was getting like 26, then 27, then like 29 now. It does go up per level, which is really nice, because your success chance goes up when mining, and the chance of getting better ores, I think, maybe goes up. So there's 65 on the account. We can now mine Lovakite, which I think was the only thing we needed left to actually do the Kourend diary. Kill a zombie, mine some Lovakite, smith an addy bar, which we can do. Do a thieving minigame, artifact, and cast monster examine. So we can go do Kourend hard when we're done with this little grind, which will be really good. Because we do get the Ash Sanctifier, which is the Ash version of the Bone Crusher, and we also get unlimited woodland tellies on our Rada's Blessing, as well as, I think, 3 teleports a day up to Konar's Mountain. So actually a really good diary to get done, and also a nice juicy herb lore lamp. In regards to the grind for Prospector, we need 180 nuggets in total for full Prospector. We've picked up the cheapest piece, which is the boots, which I think were 30, and we've got 27 more nuggets in our invent, so we've got 57 out of 180 of those. And then we'll wear them for the diary step once we've got all of them, and then we'll keep it on until 72 mining, obviously, just to get the XP boost on the way there. And then when we get to 72, we'll sell it. But yeah, quite a few more hours here left at the Motherlode mine, so I will see you probably next level. There we go, guys. That's our Prospector helmet. 66 mining. And there's 67. There we go, guys. 68. Only 4 more levels until we get 72 for our quest cape. Also, I think in 2 more levels we'll get addy ore from here. I think as soon as you're just 70, though, you don't roll too many per trip, so it won't be a huge XP an hour increase, but I'm currently 8 more gold nuggets off the next piece, which is the legs for the Prospector, and then after that it's only another 60 on top of that for the top. And then we're completely done, and technically I guess we could stop doing Motherlode Mine if we wanted to. We could go try like Crashed Stars or something, but the XP an hour is way less at Crashed Stars. The only consideration would be that it's far easier to earn the gem packs from Crashed Stars than it is from doing this. Yeah, it's 40 nuggets, which is a lot. That's like a few hours of this. Whereas you can easily get 1 gem pack from a level 2 star. So I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do. Maybe we'll do some stars once we've finished Prospector here, we'll see. Hey guys, quick stats check here. Don't worry, I didn't die. I've just home teleported because I just got a random diamond from doing our mining. So what I'm going to do is just going to go sell some of our ores to the general store so I can grab all the items together to make the power ammy for the Lumbridge Hard Diary. And then hopefully we can run over to Ali Morrisane and buy a amulet mold from the shop over there, the crafting shop, and I can just shear a sheep. So yeah, I'll just do this Lumbridge power ammy step and then I'll get back to mining. I just thought I'd let you guys know. Went back to Motherlode Mine and finally got ourselves 70 mining, so 2 more levels left, and obviously 70 unlocks adamant ore, so we'll be getting slightly more XP here every time we roll an addy ore from the pay dirt, as opposed to one of the lower tier ores. Did eventually pick up our last piece of Prospector here, so I replaced our Varrock plate body with it. It looks more swag and has more XP, so much better. Right guys, there we go, that's 72 mining completed. Don't know how long that took. Think it was about 20 hours maybe. It was a couple of days, but there we go. Fully done, so let's claim whatever ore we have. I've already done the diary step for Falador for wearing this full outfit to enter the mining guild once. I could sell it back, which was the initial plan. It'll put us at 198 nuggets. Could then buy the upstairs level. If we ever do come back and do more mining, it'd be much easier with the upstairs unlocked. That'll cost 100. Then we'll have 98 left, which will be enough for 2 gem bags. There's also a larger bag you can unlock for 200 nuggets, but obviously we don't have 200, so we're not even going to bother going for that. I'd rather just get the upstairs, that's better than the bigger bag. And then also we can buy some gem packs. So next thing I'm going to do immediately on the account are some random diary tasks that I'm aware of, one of which is to mine a single Lovakite ore. Over here at Xeric's Inferno in Kourend. Then also I've kept some coal and some addy ore intentionally. There's another hard Kourend diary task to go to this furnace here in this tower that we went to for a Lovakenge quest and just smith a single addy bar in there. Hello Mr. Troll. I see you. Right, here is an artifact delivered for the Kourend hard diary. Definitely didn't fail even one time. Hey guys, here we are in the Shazian Crypt, just trying to kill one of these zombies. It's kind of a scary place this, because there's monsters of all 3 combat styles that are quite high level. It was actually quite spooky to get to this guy, but luckily I bought some field rations in the general store upstairs. please pay no attention to the Addy sword. It's all part of the plan, I promise. So here we go, let's pick up our hard Rada's Blessing. This lamp's worth 15k, so it's definitely going to give us a Herblore level here. So that should be 62 on the account. Really, really good. One more level till super restores. And then we can also speak to Captain Cleave, and we can do Lizardman tasks with our Slayer Helm and the other 4 pieces of the outfit instead of the full outfit, so we can benefit from the Slayer Helm effect, as well as cheaper tanning in the Forthos dungeon, where we're going to go do some red dragons later on, as well as some free dynamite for the blast mine every day. So a really, really huge diary. So with Kourend hard out of the way, I just really quickly cracked open our gem packs and hoped for 2 Dragonstones. Now they are 1 in 4, so that was maybe a little optimistic. Just wanted a glory for ourselves, like I say, and a second one for the skill hall in our house for unlimited teleports. Sadly we didn't get a single one. And also we only pulled 9 rubies as well, so it's not even really very much progress towards our dig site pendant, which sucks. Hey guys, just making some house tabs here, don't ask me why. I just wanted to use the last few nuggets on something of actual value, so I just grabbed one of these packs of 100 clay for 10. Just making a few house tabs here, got 79 mage, so that's cool. We can entangle if we ever want to do that. One more level for the ancient blood spell that we're going to need to heal up when fighting Seren during Song of the Elves. Been watching a couple of guides for that boss fight, because it is the one that's scaring me the most. But apparently there are some Ironman friendly methods. Hey guys, here we are trying our luck with some shooting stars. This one here is a tier 5, so it should last a little while. As you can see, we're getting a decent amount of dust from this with our now level 72 mining. So we should be able to mine all 5 layers of this till it disappears. If you get 300 dust, you can get one of those gem packs, and it's going to be so much quicker than getting 40 Motherlode Mine gold nuggets. I'm going to try again with the gem packs. We've only been here 28 minutes, we've got 466 dust already, which is enough for 1.5 gem packs. And if we, you know, go really dry on the Dragonstone, then it could be that we just pull enough rubies from the gem packs anyway to get them out of Dig Site Pendant. I believe it's 125 more rubies. I think we're exactly halfway through. Yeah, just gonna chill here at the stars. 540 dust currently, so I think we should get at least 600 from this one. Right guys, just got a random posty Pete random, so just did it because it gives you gems. So we got 746 stardust from a single tier 5 star, 2.5 gem packs. We'll just crack these open and see what we get. Hopefully rubies and dragonstones. And 12 no dragonstones, pretty sad. Heck yeah, here we are in West Ardy doing a diary task. Do you guys love diary tasks? I love diary tasks. There we go, nice myth plate body made. Hey guys, another crashed star here that I found all by myself. Kind of hard to find this one, which is good because no one comes to the Owl of Souls, so no one found this already. Right guys, here we are, coming to the end of our 600 dust grind. Not going to go for any more because it's really, really slow on a level 2 star. I feel like it's kind of a waste of time. So let's cross our fingers, toes and other extremities. Because we've opened 4 gem packs so far for the 1 in 4 Dragonstone. Not got one, but here's 2 more. If we don't get it here, then I'm going to delete my account. This will be the end of the series, guys, so no. Oh, we got one. Right. It's glory time, boys. Oh, there it is. The Amulet of Glory. That is so cool. It's such an iconic item. It currently has no charges, and for it to work at the gem rocks, it does in fact need to be charged. So what I am going to do is just use up all our gems, sell them, maybe try these clues and ditch some of our extra runes, and then we'll go try the gem rocks. I can head to the Heroes Guild and actually charge this up, so I'll do that as well. Hey, here we are under the Heroes Guild, finally. Used up all our gems, got a bit of cash back. Whoa, look at this legend. Is that trimmed iron, dude? But yeah, it's really nice having really, really high ranged because we can hit 13s with just a U-bow that we can now fletch from scratch and just steal arrows that we just buy from a shop. So that's that hard task. And then we can run around to this fountain here and actually use our glory on it and charge it up. And then we'll have some teleports and obviously the gem chance from rocks. Hey guys, I was just trying to do my Karam Jihad diary here and I found this absolute noob just standing still in the fight pit minigame. Guess this is going to be a hard Karamja task out the way. Okay guys, I did a little while of gem mining and it was really rubbish, even with the glory. I mean, you get a lot of gems, but the chance of a ruby is so low. It's like 1 every few invents. So what I'm going to do is just waste all these charges, because our glory does need to be uncharged to put it in our house. Already grabbed the teak planks, just went to Uza, because that was the closest teak tree I could think of that didn't need a Drayman staff to get to. Now, where is the room? Amulet of Glory. There it is. Unlimited charge Amulet of Glory. Just need to actually sort the house out so it's not a complete mess. Here we are, guys, we've sold all our combat gear and we're in a lovely looking POH now with access to Draenor Village, which is so sick. So I just need to nip over to Intrana now just to get our Drayman staff back. I've got some Crumble Undead charges, so we're going to do the exact same thing we did during RFD, Ceramic Vase, and Lost City. Again, the reason we're getting this over the Luna staff is that the Luna staff you can't drop. So there's no way to ever drop it. If we need to come back to Intrana again for clues or whatever, then the Drayman staff is better. And also if you swap to your Luna staff while on Ancient Spellbook or Arceus or something, so that it cancels your autocast from your actual staff, whereas the Drayman staff isn't actually a magic staff, it's a blunt weapon. So yeah, just going to do that. See you later. Guys, we're back. We're back at the Fossil Island for our first ever birdhouse since getting 70 Hunter weeks and weeks ago. Now we have the glory in our house, we can get to the seed shop super easy. Could still do with the mounted dig site pendant, but we're about 98 rubies away from that. A lot of junk in the invent, that's because I'm planning to go kill some chaos druids in a bit. I'm just going to get some easy ranors outside of growing them, and then we're going to use those to attempt the deranged archaeologist. With this budget setup, we've got the chaos gauntlets. They were actually free because we never claimed them after Family Crest for the first time, so we didn't have to pay the 25k for losing them, which was really nice. Instead of going for Ibans, which would cost 400k, I'm just going to risk it, because 400k would be like 2.5 hours of agility pyramid. I don't think getting Ibans would make it 2.5 hours quicker to get our rune crossbow back. There it is, guys, 2kc, rune crossbow reobtained. Gonna stay here until we run out of supplies, because we bought enough runes for 700 casts, and this guy has some okay drops, So yeah, we geared up for 700 casts, but we got our rune crossbow limbs back on 2kc, so that's really nice. I did stay here for a little while and get a few more kills, because they are actually really easy. As long as you pay attention and dodge his special attack, you don't actually need any food for this boss. All you need to do is protect range. And with the extra prayer bonus from our Ardy Cloak too, as well as full monk's robes, our prayer actually lasts a really long time here, so it's quite low supply use generally. It was also really cheap because we were only using chaos runes with chaos gauntlets. Despite that though, we did have a 15 max hit with the Chaos Gauntlets equipped and the Fire spell, so that was really nice as well. Then after that, what I did is I just ran over to the Solaceps nearby, chopped them down until we got the 1 in 100 Solacep cap so we could make the Mushroom Pie, because we do need that +4 boost just to make our full set of Black D'hide. I'm not going to bother with the gloves, as obviously the Barrow's gloves are better, and also the offhand D'hide shield actually requires a redwood shield to make, which is really high fletching and wood cutting, so we can't actually do that, so our offhand's going to have to suffer for a while. I went back and killed the full set of Shazian soldiers once again, just to get range gear from them, because as you know, the Shazian tier 5 now has range stats, making the boots actually better than snakeskin, and we also picked up the helmet as well, just because we didn't have anything else like an archer's helm in that slot. So, with our rune crossbow reobtained and a full set of Black D'hide for some actual range accuracy bonus, I went back to Forthos Dungeon to try our safe spot again with this newly found range gear, just to see how good it would be at killing the full-size red dragons, because obviously now we can tan the hides in here and turn them into red D'hide items and alch those. But the red dragons have really high defense, and unless you're maging, which is going to cost you a lot of money, then it's not really a good thing to kill. So it didn't really work out as a money maker for this point in the account. So what I did instead was try the Slayer Tower Gargoyle. Now that we do have 75 Slayer, I just ranged them in our normal range gear, and we already have the auto smasher. I just did them off task, and we got a ton of money. I killed about 1100 over a couple of evenings, just stayed there AFK doing other things. It was really good, honestly. They drop a lot of raw coins, which the Ring of Wealth obviously picks up, then a ton of alchables, as you can see on screen here, just big rune pieces, and then loads of runes that we could sell to Ali for money. I got all the uniques, I got the Addy boots, I got the Dark Mystic top thing, and I got a whole bunch of Gmauls. All those got alched. And we also got a couple of hard clues. I actually couldn't complete any of these. I tried every one. One of them we actually got all the way to step 4, which required the full stash for the Shiloh Village, which includes the rune plate body and the bone spear. So I went around buying all that stuff. I even bought the 80k rune plate from the Dragon Slayer shop, but sadly the step after was not completable. So awful lot of work and expense there. It didn't work out. So we didn't get any clues done, but we came out with a ton of money, a few mil, and loads of smithing supplies. So we sold our runes to Ali just to get rid of those. I grabbed the goldsmith gauntlets back for 25k after Family Crest to process all the gold ore, because I think it gave us an extra like 40k XP. And then I just dropped all the gold bars that we made, and I just sold the noted gold bars to the nearby general store. 10,100? What? That's way more than I expected. Wow, okay, so we're only 1200 away from super restores, and then only 7 more levels till I think we have the very last level for Song of the Elves. After this, we went back to Giant's Foundry with the steel and myth bars, did the same ratio as before, but this time we used noted bars instead of plate bodies, so we didn't have to leave, we could just unnote these on the bank inside the foundry, and it was really, really good XP, like 120 something K an hour, made a couple of swords, got a whole bunch of points in the shop, got a whole bunch of smithing levels. Right guys, finally done with all our smithing. Just got a couple of steel bolts on finish here and some feathers that I'm going to fletch up later. So that should be all the things for the Nexus 2 from scratch. We've already got the room, as you know, it's just empty in the house. So I'm just going to run up to the Grand Tree and remake the Crystal Saw, because with our T-boost we can only get to 81 construction, and we actually need 82, so we're going to need the Invisible +3 from that Crystal Saw. Right guys, here we are, home sweet home. Most of our money's gone. Spend 4.2 mil on just stuff. So we can start off with the Nexus now. We don't need to boost for the first one. And there we go, Gilded Nexus. So the next level of Nexus is actually 92, which means that if we wanted to get that, we'd have to get 84 natural construction, so 6 more real levels. What I've done is I've just brought enough runes for 3 specific tellies that I actually want to put in here at the moment. Those being Varrock and Watchtower and Arceus Library. It's going to take all these runes off us. But until I've fully filled this out, I'm not going to go around and get rid of our other rooms. Because for those not in the know, if you want to put a portal inside the Nexus, it's 10 times as expensive as putting it inside one of these portal rooms. But the benefit, obviously, is just less rooms in the house and less running around. Right, gamers, here we are. What I'm going to do is going to go into the RFD boss fight blind. I know you can't pray, but I'm fairly sure we can kill some of the bosses with our current setup, so it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, since we've got like full range gear, I'm just going to try and range and just use potatoes. And just see how far we get, because that's something we need to get out of the way. We need to unlock Barrow's gloves. Obviously they're really nice to have for the stats, but we also need them as the last thing for Lumbridge Hard. And completing Lumbridge Hard would be really nice, because then we can get 15k more in our Herblore, which is going to put us to 63, and we'll have super restores. So yeah, just going to try these RFD boss fights. I think we're going to have to change styles between each one, because some of them are weak to different things. Obviously we'll need a few styles for the Dagannoth Mother one, but for the rest of these, shouldn't be too hard. It's not a very difficult boss fight. There we go, there's the first guy down. So the second guy is the Ice Gloves one, but since we've just come here from smithing, we actually already have our Ice Gloves, which is really convenient. So just going to re-up on food, and then we'll take him on as well. So what I've done is I've picked up some Water Bolt casts. I've picked up the Ice Gloves, which is a shame. We're going to lose the stats from our Rune Gloves, but you need them on here so you don't drop your weapon on the ground. I understand that like every quest boss that I approach is like in the worst possible way with just the most welfare gear. So there we go, that's boss 2. He drops a load of cakes. I don't know what the deal is with the third one. It's the Desert Treasure Ice guy, of course. You should use a fire spell, otherwise it doesn't do any damage. So we're going to leave. I mean, it doesn't really matter that we need to come back like once per boss attempt, just because, you know, each one you defeat you get a checkpoint, so it's no big deal. The wiki says the idea here is just stand next to this guy, because he has a really bad melee attack, so what you want to do is actually convince him to melee you. Even though we do have a water staff here, we are auto-casting a fire spell. We've got 20 mage levels to play with, so hopefully it doesn't drain us by 20 mage levels. We don't have any chaos runes, I just sold them to buy death runes. If our level drops below this specific spell, I'm not sure we can carry on damaging this guy. Okay, so can we just like do normal damage or no? See, that still hit a 9, so it must just be a weakness to fire spells then. So it's really not a difficult boss. The only issue is, like I say, your stats get super drained. Like, we're down to the 40s now, so this is the last spell we're going to be able to cast if we don't hurry up. There we go, that's another one down. So let's see how this goes. I'll just stand next to this guy because he just teleports to you anyway. So we've got 130 damage to do. And he has some kind of ranged attack, which is always fun. Again, probably would have been easier with staminas, but let's give this a go. Now I've got, once again, full defense potion and inventory full of potatoes. Question is, do we splash? Does it have negative defense, or can we just keep our armor on? Okay, we can just hit in dehides, which is good. That's going to make a huge difference. But I guess this guy must have one of those quest boss negative mage defenses or something, so it's actually letting us do this. If you're wondering why we're not praying, it's because you can't pray in here. There's no prayer that works at all. There we go, that's the last one. Right gamers, we're back. The fireworks have stopped. I've sold some superfluous items like the rune pick and some other garbage, a couple of these extra runes. It is just the Colonoromancer himself, so we're just going to hope that the natural big hits of the broad bolts come through for us, and they should do. But there it is, super easy, probably the easiest boss fight out of all of them. That is the Colonoromancer dead, and that is Inflation Fan's favourite boss fight. There we go, that's Recipe for Disaster fully complete. So that's a 20k lamp apparently. So that's 63 super restore potions. And it's also put us 19k away from 64. So now if we just nip downstairs, we'll be able to use some of our remaining GP just to buy some Barrow's gloves. 130k, obviously the price goes down a bit once you complete the Elite Diary. And there it is. Lumbridge Hard complete and Barrow's gloves on the account. So let's go talk to our boy here, claim our Ring 3 and our 15k lamp for Herblore, so that's almost going to give us another level, like I say. There we go, only 4,000 off 64, and then after that there'll only be 6 levels left for our Questcape level, and we'll have got every skill complete for Questcape, which is crazy. Obviously we want more Herblore levels, yada yada, but for the base 70 to do Song of the Elves, we're getting closer and closer. Right, chums, here we are in Tavali, ready to start Grim Tales. This is just a dead-end quest where we buy some magic beans, we make a beanstalk, we help some fairy tale style characters, and then we kill a giant up in the clouds. You actually get a fair bit of XP for this. I think it technically counts as a master quest, but yeah, there's something like 30 to 40k worth of XP here, 5k of which is Herblore, so it's definitely worth doing. Just requires a little bit of walking around and then a boss fight at the end. So I did have to go to Chaos Druids to get 2 Taramins for Taramin potions unfinished for this quest. I think we make Shrink Me Quick potions or something, because we shrink ourselves down to the size of a mouse to go inside the Witch's house once again. But we also grabbed a prayer pot while there, so that's always nice. And since our house is in Brimhaven, just went to Alphonse the Waiter and grabbed some mediocre food. We do need to do this quest to do the Falador Hard Diary, because we get the Dwarven Helmet for this one. Which you might know of as being like the best crush accuracy bonus helmet. People use it to spec with like Dragon Warhammers and things, so we just want to equip it once for the diary, and then probably alch it or sell it or drop it or something if possible. So we tell this griffin a story to put him to sleep, and then we can yoink one of his special feathers here, which we need for the quest. So now we'll trade this griffin feather to Silas, and this is an interesting one because it is like a dead-end random quest that people usually forget exists. But this is the quest with the highest woodcutting requirement in the game. It's higher than like Song of the Elves and things. You need like 71 or 72. A little bit random in that regard. So now we head over to this tower just north of Falador to continue the quest. We talk to kind of a Rapunzel style character, but instead of letting down her hair, it's a dude with a really long beard. After speaking with the dwarf, we have to head into the Witch's house to retrieve a lost locket, and it's actually inside a mouse hole in the wall. So we go into the basement, we play the piano, we get some special roots that we add to our Taramin pots that we brought, and these make shrinking potions that we drink, and then we go inside the mouse hole ourselves, do a cheeky little bit of agility climbing up some nails and stuff inside the walls, and at the very end of this little kind of dungeon thing here, we find the locket and we go return it to the tower. So with the Rapunzel Tower sorted out, we're gifted Rupert's helmet, so we can go take this back to Silas in Tavali, and hopefully exchange this one for some beans, grow our beanstalk, and then go kill a giant. So hopefully it's not too difficult, so let's just attack this guy with prayer on and hope for the best. I don't know if we want to run away or not, or if we literally just stand next to him and just turn our prayer back on if it goes off. Getting some nice hits though. It is really nice to have broad bolts and a rune crossbow. I've said that enough times, but supposedly he's making us run away if you look in chat, but it's not working. I don't know if that's because we're like stuck next to this rock so we can't path away or something, but there we go. Nice easy fight really. Actually didn't need any food whatsoever, just could have done with some more prayer. But what you need to do is make sure you actually pick up the golden goblin, otherwise we'll take the ruby as well, we'll leave the sapphire, I don't care about that. Obviously the beanstalk is too big to be properly chopped down, so what we do is use our other shrink potion that we made at the start of the quest on the beanstalk instead of ourselves, which then shrinks it down to a choppable level, and then we just use this steel axe that we brought to just cut down the tiny remaining beanstalk, and then we'll be safe from giants in the clouds, and that's quest complete, so let's do it. So that's it, that's the beanstalk menace taken down. We talk back to Silas once again, hopefully he gives us the dwarven helmet back. There it is. Nice quest on the account. Grim Tales complete. Whole bunch of XP. Like I say, should get 2 different level ups there. One in Herblore. Oh, one in hit points as well. and 1 in thieving, so nothing really unlocked, but it's always nice to get random levels out of nowhere. Now all I want to do real quick is just head over to Falador. We need to enter the Dwarven Mines beneath, and then we just need to equip this Dwarven helmet in there. So yeah, I'll go equip that down underneath Falador, then all we'll have to do is get 70 prayer for piety and kill the giant mole once, and then we'll have Falador hard, so we'll do that at some stage going forward, but not right now because we still need 5 prayer levels, so no real rush on killing a mole. Right guys, it's time to finally fully complete Legends Quest, and this one's gonna suck, I can just feel it now. I always hate doing Legends Quest, but on this account it's gonna be awful, just because of how many things you need to get through the tunnel once we're in Karazi Jungle. But also on top of that, we also need to do the map again that we did just before our reset. It's going to need all the papyrus and charcoal and a machete and all that rubbish as well in our invent. So this is going to be tight. We might have to make a few trips. Anyway, speaking of getting rid of stuff, we've got this stardust left over from when we tried to get some dragonstones before. So I want to get rid of these stardust shards that I have now. Obviously we intend to get more later, potentially to get dragonstones, but right now we need all the invent space we can get. The reason I'm cracking more of these open now is because we actually, like I say, need 1 of each kind of gem for this quest, and then also go to the Shiloh gem rocks and get 1 of each of the jungle gems as well. And then I'll probably get to Varrock and just really quickly turn in 10 rubies, because we don't need 11 gems, we just need 1. And I think our boy Haig is waiting on like 80-something more rubies, so we're slowly getting through it. But yeah, just going to do some prep, chop 1 of each of these gems, head to Shiloh Village Gem Mine, get the rest. Oh, I'm going to need a pickaxe as well. Ay, ay, ay. Ah, a Brudu guy. Well, there's 3 on that tile, what's happening over there? Do you see that? Anyway, sorry, Legends Quest. So I've got some gems together, I've got 1 of each cut gem that we needed. So yeah, what we're going to do is chop our way into the jungle here, same as we did during RFD in the past. Just got ourselves the most basic machete from the shop and the most basic axe from the other shop. And then inside we're going to have to go and map the jungle. Now the issue is, since we've actually done this quest stage already, the quest helper doesn't tell us where to map anymore. We're going to have to just try remember or have a glance at the wiki. So let's turn in our map to the jungle forester here. Go ahead, make a copy, and then he should give us the bull roarer, hopefully. So we could continue the quest here, but we are missing soul runes and mind runes, so it seems kind of pointless to do so. So I'm just going to run over to the Wizard Guild, grab those, and then come straight back. So we speak to this jungle guy, and he's going to help us get into the, I think they're called the Vialdi Caves or something, underneath the Karazi Jungle. Ultimately we go inside and try and get some holy water, but like the spring is blocked, so we need to go inside the cave and move some rocks and stuff, fight some demons. So we'll just fire through this quest as best we can tonight. I'm hoping it doesn't take too long, because it's already quite late, and I feel like this is going to be one of those quests that's a couple of hours long. Not least because we have a few trips to make here. So we talk to this guy who's trapped inside this evil demonic star. So we speak to Gu Juo again about a pool of sacred water, which is what we need to do to quell the fire underneath and set that guy free. So we search this bookcase, and then we begin a series of skilling-based challenges in order to progress further through this cave here. There's like a lockpick door that requires thieving, then there's this mining section that requires strength and mining, then there's a big door that you have to push open, then there's some enemies you have to run past, one of which we can kill for the Hard Karamja diary while we're here. Then after that we need to deposit our gems in the next room, so once we've dropped all our gems off in that room we'll have a lot more invent space for subsequent trips in here, because we'll need to leave, get some charge orb spells, maybe a molten glass, I'm not sure, and a bunch of other things like gold bars to make the golden bowl. We've got a lot to do. Anyway, this is the room with all these rock plinths that we need to place some gems on top, and then if you do come back here later, then the gems are already on and the door's already accessible. You just need to charge an air orb spell on the door, which means coming back with like cosmic runes and some other runes. So we'll just have to dip out, head to Ali's shop in Alcarid, grab some runes, probably some more food and supplies, and then just come straight back. When we do need to get further into the cave, but I don't know if we need to quite yet. So once the book finally appears, we can grab it. So what we're going to do is head over to Varrock, as ever, head downstairs in the bank, grab 2 golden bars, take those to probably some kind of furnace or anvil somewhere, and turn those into a nice golden bowl. Then we'll top up on supplies with the complete rest of our invent space, see if we need to bring some cosmic runes or something for that enchant orb spell to get further into the cave, and then head back straight to the jungle. So it was back to the Karazi jungle with just an inventory completely full of stuff. Brought all the stuff for charge orb as well as an actual glass blown orb, a bunch of the jungle herbs from around the jungle potion area, as well as the golden bowl that we made. as well as the book, a vial to make into some holy water later, and just only 4 pieces of food. So with these items, I went back to the jungle, we chopped a reed with our machete to suck up some water and fill our golden bowl, and then we could progress with the quest. So what we do is we use the book on this fine fellow, and he should get turned into a big stinking demon. I'm hoping we can just safe spot him on this chair. Oh, he is maging, I guess, but we are in range gear, so it shouldn't be an issue. So what we need to do now is talk to this fellow about our tree seeds. So he gives us some, and we can put the blessed water on those. So we'll go attempt to plant these, but then we find out that the water in the pool's actually dried up because the demon is underground in a cave messing with the water. He's pushed some boulders or something in the way of the stream, so we no longer get any water in the jungle. So we have to venture down there, defeat him, and put things right. So we attempted to plant our blessed seeds. I once again went to resupply and come back, only this time with a prayer potion as well as some food, because like I say, we will have to fight this demon a couple of times, and every time he drains your prayer a little bit. I also used the herbs from over in the jungle potion area and actually put them together into the bravery potion just to combine them and save on inventory space, because we will need to drink that potion once we're inside the cave down below, so we're brave enough to jump into a hole that goes deeper inside. With our unpowered orb and our cosmic runes and earth runes, I cast Charge Earth Orb on the door, which opens it up. Then I used the rope that we brought on this little shaft here so we could shimmy our way down. I also drank our bravery potion, so we're brave enough to climb down there. Now this is somewhere where you can randomly fail. So let's follow the path down. We need to kill 3 skeletons down here. So I think we've got free reign to use as much prayer as we want, because once we fight the demon, he'll probably drain us down to 0 anyway. So we might as well use it up to fight these stinkers. So we'll just pray up, like I say, we've got prayer to spare. So let's just kill these guys. So these are kind of odd looking skeletons, they've almost got like bird mouths, or like monkey mouths or something. So that's San killed. For some reason we need to keep a track of it ourselves, because the quest helper doesn't do that. So let's kill the next one. Right, so that's Ervig and San, so there should be one more dude. I guess it's Ranalf, so we'll go find a Ranalf that stood away from the others. With these 3 pieces of crystal, we can put them in this random furnace here, which allows us to progress into the final room of this dungeon. Not too bad. So through the heart door at the bottom of this cave, there's a ghost who will help us move the rocks back out of the way of the water, as long as we do a favour for him, which is climb all the way back up the rock shortcut to the top, just where we jump down with our rope, and kill an innocent skeleton guy at the top with his evil dagger, which infuses the dagger with some kind of evil energy. But then obviously it turns out the ghost was in fact the demon the whole time and we accidentally helped him, so we have to defeat him once again. You can kind of get away with a safe spot down here. Then with the demon dead you can restore the flow of water back to the surface, but in the meantime we can also fill our bowl with the holy water down here, nice and easy. Right, back in the jungle once again being attacked by random creatures, but here we are, the water is finally back on the surface. So we had our tree seeds to grow our tree and turn into a totem pole, and we had some holy water to accelerate its growth, so we just headed over to some holy ground in the jungle, and we grew our tree and chopped it down, turned it into a totem pole, and then we headed over to replace the old rotten totem pole with this one that we'd made. And when you get here you fight the demon, finally once and for all. Very easy boss fight, you can just protect melee the whole way through. You just need to fight his 3 skeletal followers once more, and then after that just kill the demon himself. He does have a trick up his sleeve, however. He does actually attack you with melee during the conversation that initiates the boss fight, so if you're not aware of this and you don't turn your melee prey on first, he can hit like a 70, so it's potentially dangerous, but we know what we're doing here. With the totem replaced, our jungle friend gives us a nice golden totem to take back and turn into the Legends Guild as proof of our accomplishments completing the quest. Once you do this, you get 4 lots of 7.5k XP. You can actually put all of these into Herb Lore, but I put the first one into Prayer by mistake because I thought they were combat XP only, before I noticed that you could cycle through more pages, but that's okay because we still need that 70 Prayer. So 7.5k in our prayer here and 22.5k in our herb lore, really, really nice. Plus we unlock a bunch of facilities around the Legends Guild. There's some shops upstairs that sell supplies, and we can also buy the shield right half upstairs, which is nice, and we also get the shield left half on the rare drop table now, so we can combine those together for an Ardy Hard diary at some point later. And the main reason we completed Legends Quest now is we can actually come here and use the totem pole that we placed in the Legends Guild to recharge skills, necklaces and combat bracelets. Obviously to make the jewellery box 2 in our house we need 5 of each of those and they need to be fully charged, so you technically need to complete this quest before you can make the jewellery box 2 on an Ironman. So yeah, now going forward we can charge our Dragonstone jewellery here if and when we need to get some. Take a look at the quest list real quick. So here it is, this is everything left. Night at the Theatre, which is the raid quest, then the elf quest line, the My Arm questline, and a couple of others. Okay guys, and with ourselves being officially classified as legendary, I'm going to call the episode complete here. I really appreciate you guys tuning in once again for this one. Just a quick recap of the things we actually got done this time. Not a whole bunch of combat, as you can see. We didn't manage to get another combat level, but we are very, very close to 98, and of course we need 100 for a bunch of stuff like pest control and Doradel tasks, so that shouldn't be too far away coming up. What we did manage to do, however, is get ourselves 12 mining levels, which took about 20 hours, so now we have the level to mine basalt and do all the quests with no boosts, which is really nice. And then that little bout of gargoyles we did, we got 3 range levels from those, as well as 6 levels in smithing from all those supplies, which is really good. Something I didn't mention, that actually pushes us up above the level to make both adamant darts and adamant bolts. And of course we can use both of those for diamond bolts, ruby bolts and blowpipe ammo, so that'll be really good a long time in the future. We managed to squeeze out a whole 4 herblore levels in this episode, just thanks to the sheer amount of diaries and quest rewards we actually got. Talking about the diaries, we did the Varrock medium finally. Since we'd already done the Varrock hard, we claimed both of those. We did Ardy medium and Mauritania medium, thanks to being able to do trouble brewing and the balloon transport routes, and then we also completed Kourend hard after we got our mining and smithing up a little bit. We surpassed the herblore level to make super restores now, so that's another option if we get snapdragon seeds, aside from prayer pots. We unlocked and completed all the balloon routes, so now we can go from any of the balloon places to any of the other ones. And we also knocked out the task to wear our full prospector, and we sold that back, so we don't need to do that anymore for Falador hard. We're just missing a prayer level and a mole kill. Of course, this episode we also managed to pick up the Mounted Glory thanks to those gem packs, and we also used a lot of our Gargoyle GP to make the Gilded Portal Nexus. We also finally fully completed RFD on the account, so now we can go reclaim Barrow's gloves whenever we want them. Of course, that's a really, really good reclaimable pair of hybrid gloves, so they're going to be really, really good for the entire lifespan of this account. And we also got our rune crossbow back relatively quickly and boosted to make a nice set of black D-hide armour. So in terms of the rebuild, we're pretty much there now. Like I say, I just want to get up to 80 mage so we can boost for a Barrows portal, get 70 prayer so we can do piety and do Mauritania hard, then we'll be able to get into some Barrows. And we've not really got too many quests left, so really, really excited to be at this point of the account. So much more to do, so I hope you guys will join me in the next one. Regardless, take care of yourselves, I'll see you then.